So, do you and your family play video games together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we play team games or they watch me play. I like to play Gauntlet with them, which is a GameCube game. It's older, but it's still fun.
Yes, we do. We usually play like Mario Party on the Wii as a family. Like we do that a lot on family nights and stuff.
Sometimes we'll play board games and things like that, but we'll play board games on like Mario Party or something like that, or Mario Kart, something that has a little bit of competition to it that kind of helps us to iron each other through that competition.
We used to play Mario Party 8 a lot together.
Did you play with your sister?
Mario Party. Before we actually let her start playing games, whenever we'd like play Mario Party, we give her like a remote that was that I think we took the batteries out of, so she actually felt like she was participating.
That's one that we played even when my kids were so young that they didn't even know what to do. Like I remember Gabe was so young that he didn't really know how to play, so we turned on the computer player, and so he thought he was playing, but it was really the computer that was playing, and so we're just sitting there playing. He thinks he's doing a really good job and whatnot.
As they were getting into that age, we were at somebody's house, and then Tom would say, "Oh, we don't need a gaming system," and we played at one of my son's friend's house that we stayed at, and we're all just loving it. So like that, they didn't make those anymore. You had to get the fancier ones, but we went out and found that and got that game, and we would have like a little family night, and we'd play that racing. And when that one finally died, we ordered another used one, and then that one died, and we're like, okay, we got the GameCube.
But give me the most memorable moment you have of playing video games with your family.
Okay, I would say we had a Halo tournament with my mom and dad, my aunt and uncle, my cousins, Peter and Luke. We were clobbered by my cousins. Even though we were really bad, it was still a lot of fun. We probably did it for a few hours. And of course, Peter and Luke won. But it was fun.
The very first video game memory was I was playing Call of Duty for the very first time. I was like, I didn't know what any of the controls did. So I walk up to the wall like, okay, I'm gonna test out these buttons real quick. And it ends up just throwing like a grenade instead and kills me. So learning how to play a game, through trial and error with my dad, just, it's kind of a first time experience, just having fun with my dad.
When I got into World of Warcraft, and I opened up a second account so that the kids could play with me. Tried to convince the wife to play too, but that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Wasn't her thing.
Not her thing.
And we would play, we'd level up characters together and do all this, and we'd just have a lot of fun with that. I did, at one point in time, I realized I was playing World of Warcraft like 40 plus hours a week, and working full time, and had a family of 5. And I was like, I need to get a hobby. And I took up woodworking.
There is definitely the opportunity for them to just kind of seclude themselves away, but being a part of that helps them find that community. It's just another way of teaching them, teaching them just like you would out in society. You would take them places, you would take them to the gym, you would take them to the park or something like that. In the same manner, you take them into this virtual community, and you do that with them, alongside them, and you help them understand how to build relationship within that virtual community.
Will you play video games with your own kids?
Most likely, yes. And if they don't like video games, I will be very surprised.
I hope so. Definitely. I would love to be able to play games with my kids whenever I'm in. That would be awesome.
Do you have any advice for any families that don't play video games together?
Just do play video games together. I don't know.
Do you have any advice for parents who don't really play video games, but their kids are really into it?
Trying to have them teach you how to play, and just learning, trying to learn what they like to do for fun.
I mean, even if it's like every once in a while, you maybe play a game that they like. Even if it's like, or just maybe find a compromise between a game that you find easy and that they still enjoy playing.
If I were playing a game by myself, my mom was like, oh, I want to try this. I'm like, teach you how to play. We kind of play together sometimes. That's just really cool to do.
That can be really good, especially if the kids love languages. Quality time, which is mine. That's why it helps. me a lot. And even doing it with my friends is fun. More fun when they're in the room, not online.
Get pretty much forced them to play that game.
Here's the thing. Your kids, unless you are super competitive too, are going to get an absolute blast out of killing your character repeatedly. You know, you die 99 times out of 100, and they're still going to have fun doing it. And as long as you're willing to let it happen, you know, it's going to be the one time you won, it's like, ah!
That's one of those things where you want to know the types of things that your children are getting into. And that's everything from cell phones to video games to computer technology. You want to be at least familiar enough with the things that your children are doing for several reasons. One, to make sure they're not abusing it, and two, just to make sure that they're in a safe environment, because it's our job as parents to protect our children.
What is your absolute favorite video game?
Honestly, because of the amount of time and effort I put into it, probably I'd have to say World of Warcraft. I love the stories in it.
No Man's Sky. No questions.